Good morning, Warriors. Brand new week this week. We're going to be welcome to Warrior TV. Today, even though we never had a topic, we normally have a topic a few days in advance, but today we had it, about hour and a half ago, we got the topic. Yeah, so don't blame me. It's my co-host this week, which I'm going to see you in 30 seconds. Morning.
Good morning. I don't know what's happening, whether it's from your end or my end, but I'm getting a delay from my speech to my video, and your introduction, it kept freezing. So my end, at least. So I have no idea what's going on this morning.
Kerry, I know it's you on the Mental Health Warrior page. Please identify yourself. Come on. Because it could be anyone. It could be Sharon. It could be you. It was certainly not me. But, yeah, we got the topic an hour and a half ago. Commitment.
Yes.
Yeah. Commitment.
Yes, indeed. Commitment. I think this is it's a very important area, and it can be commitment to anything, absolutely anything, whether it's a commitment to a particular relationship, commitment to a job or a piece of work that you're doing, whether it's commitment to yourself, to improving your own development, your own growth, and focusing on a vision, a goal, something really, really exciting that's going to get those feel good juices flowing.
Yeah, and on that, because obviously we are live on 3 beautiful platforms with a good audience as well. So we hope, yes, Kerry, we are committed to the Warriors from the Warrior Queen. Yes, we are. Because we're committed to ending the stigma. That's what we are. So my question to everyone is, and really think about this one, tap into your own subconscious mind. Yes, that there's me doing Kerry's job by using NLP. When was the last time you was excited about something?
Absolutely. Yes, have a good think. Really go back to that time. Think about that time and go back to that time and notice what you see and what you hear. And more importantly, how you're feeling. And really bring those feelings into to the surface and hold them there. Amplify them, really ramp them up and notice how wonderful those feelings of excitement are. You know?
And the best place to do it is what's in Kerry's background as well, like in nature.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you can do it anywhere. Yeah. Absolutely anywhere. You might be sitting in the back of a taxi or, on the bus or the train or just, I don't know, in the kitchen preparing lunch or something. Just think of wherever you are. Just think of a specific time. A specific time. And if you can't think, if you're not able to remember or recall a specific time where you felt excited, recall a time when you felt happy. Or think about something that you might actually be excited to do should the opportunity arise. You know,
I'm loving it, Kerry's comment.
What's that? I was out shopping and noticed all the Christmas stuff is coming out. I always feel happy seeing all the colours and loving the smell of gingerbread. Exactly. You know, those are feel-good anchors. They really are. You know, all of us will have something that we can tap into, that we can recall. And it might be something like, as Kerry says, the smell of gingerbread, seeing all the Christmas stuff. I appreciate that won't necessarily be the case for everybody. But at some point, have we got to call you the Grinch, Adam?
I thought it was Scrooge.
Scrooge. No, I mean, at some point in our lives, we will all have encountered something. We will have a memory or something that triggers a feel-good memory. You know, and it might have just been a fleeting moment with a family member or a friend or a work colleague even. You know, it might have been when we were watching a film that we got really, really engrossed in and we're like, wow, yeah, this is amazing. Anything, any simple little thing like that, you know, riding a bike downhill at speed with no hands, you know, if that was something that was exciting for you, remember that time, remember those feelings, you know, and as I said, if you're not able to recall anything at a specific time where you felt excitement to any great degree, it just think of something that you would like to do, you would really, really like to do, that you could get really excited about.
Yeah.
And just, you know, amplify those feelings of excitement. It's just, you know, amazing.
So what's your memory then, Kerry?
But oh, blimey, I've got loads.
Raising your kids. Well, yeah, your furry kids.
Yes, yeah, obviously, yes. I was very excited to get those, to have those, and you know, I know I moan about them. I don't mean it. I love them really, and I wouldn't be without them. I really wouldn't. But yeah, you know, a specific exciting time for me. Well, one that's coming into mind was when I qualified as a master NLP practitioner, coach, timeline therapist, and hypnotherapist. Yeah, absolutely.
When you was talking about a bike going down the hill, I remember going on the bike. It was actually a mountain bike at this point. Going down this back alley, full speed. My brakes did not work. They did not work. So I crashed into the side of a car. And the person was literally still in the car.
Adam. I mean, forget the car, forget the bike. Were you okay? I mean, obviously, because you're still here, which is good, but...
I'll be fine. I only got a graze on my knee.
Awkward.
Yeah. Jumping off skips, doing a front flip in the air and breaking my ankle in the process always makes her laugh. Can you do front flips now, Kerry?
But this is, I think that this is, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, it's not as easy as that. But to be honest,
it is.
In most cases, it really is.
Yeah.
It is as easy as remembering specific times where you were happy, something great was happening, and you had all those positive emotions that are connected to that specific event, any specific event, and it's about just reminding yourself frequently. You know, we talk a lot, don't we, about the negative effects of mental health, and the different ways that poor mental health can affect us, mentally, obviously, and physically. and the impacts that it has in the various areas of our lives. And it's so important to remember those good times, because if we don't remember those, if we don't recall those good times, if we don't purposely think about them, we are constantly going to be in that state of negativity. Absolutely. Which is essentially, what it is. I get it. I appreciate that there are different aspects to mental health, and it's not the same for everybody. Everybody will experience it differently, but for the most part, we can choose what we think about, what thoughts we actually entertain. And if we choose to entertain the positive thoughts and recall those positive feelings that were attached to those positive thoughts, then we will immediately start to feel better, to feel lighter. Absolutely. And the more that we control our thinking, the more that we entertain those positive thoughts, the more that we recall them and recall those positive feelings, we will soon start to notice a change in our state and in our thinking. And, after a little while, we'll realize that actually, I haven't felt or thought negatively for quite a few days now. This is amazing. Yeah. This is great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And thank you for all the hearts we're getting on this video. I think Kerry's bringing in the warriors. So, which is brilliant. Awesome. Yeah, because we've shot up on the hearts. So, thank you. But this is the big question: is when was the last time you was actually all excited about something or even happy? Me, I say the happiest is I was actually more happy when my first daughter came into the world, actually over my son, because I was petrified when my son came. Okay. And I'm going to sound a bit like an idiot there, but I actually turned to drink, and I was a crap dad when my son came. I was a crap dad. But hey, we're here. They won't leave me alone now.
But you've turned that around.
Yes.
And to be fair, none of us are actually taught how to be good parents.
Exactly, because like Kerry, she grew up around kids, so she knew how to sterilize a bottle, change a nappy, and all that. Me, I didn't even know how to hold a child. I didn't. Yeah. I knew nothing, but the instincts came.
They kind of do. I mean, I'm saying that, I'm agreeing with you. I've never had human children. My dogs are my kids.
They are. You denied it at first, but yeah.
I know. However, I've throughout all of my life, I've been around babies, young children, whether they are babies and young children of friends or relatives. So, I've seen many people go through that firstborn stage. This is their first child, and they are probably just as scared.
Yeah.
I know very, very few people who, women, I should say, really, who've actually given birth to their babies, their first babies, and not been a tiny bit afraid, because nobody's taught them how to be a good mother.
Yeah.
And even with the dads as well, I've seen it with them too. I've seen it where on occasions there's been one or two dads have been afraid to pick up the baby for fear of dropping it.
Yeah, see, Like obviously Kerry said, I didn't drop Lucas the first time I held him, so I'm not that bad, which I acknowledge that and thank you. But yeah, even though I was up, I didn't even sleep because I got woke up because I wasn't there for Lucas's birth. I wasn't. I got sent home because the nurses. Yeah, let's not get into that. But anyway, yeah, I was shattered, and I held him, and we've still got.
I don't know anybody that's ever dropped a newborn baby. You know, I mean, there's Kerry saying that she was scared of having a little life that she's responsible for, and I think that is the root of
Absolutely.
You know, the core thing is that all of a sudden, you know, that you've brought this or helped to bring in this new life into the world, and you're responsible for this little life and everything that happens to it.
Yeah, I remember it was actually that first night. Lucas obviously woke up. He was up every 3 hours because he was hungry. And Kerry woke up saying, "Do you want me to take over?" And I'm like, No, you go back to sleep. And I was up there 1:10 in the morning, then again at 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care. I was there.
And that is an amazing example of commitment.
Yeah. And also let's bring the mental health warriors into this as well, because the page itself. Because I admit, at the very start, I thought it was going to be a failure. I did, and I was actually ready to click delete the page. I was ready because the numbers kept dropping and increasing and dropping. I'm like, this ain't going to get anywhere. But now look, a year later.
Amazing.
We're still going.
Yes.
Yep. And welcome, Caroline Bennis. Brilliant live with Dorota on Saturday. Brilliant. I know Caroline's due to come on at some point and be interviewed by the Warrior Queen herself.
Fabulous.
So, yes. I don't know when. But yeah, commitment's amazing. It really is.
Exactly. You know, you're as I say, that's an amazing example of commitment. And you know, so many people go through that on a daily basis. You know, they bring this little human life into the world, and they are committed to looking after it and being responsible for it and bringing it up to the best of their abilities. You know, we all have the resources that we need in order to do whatever it is that we choose to do. And those resources are internal resources. You know, there are certain external resources that we perhaps need to achieve certain other things. Like, for example, you know, if you're starting up a business, a manufacturing business for let's just say, then you're going to need premises and all the equipment that goes in it. You know, so those are, and obviously people to come and do the work for you as well. So those are external resources. The internal resources that we have are things like instinct. We all have instinct, yeah, for whatever it is. We all have the ability, and this is probably the most important one, to love. We have that ability to love and nurture. And that essentially is what us as human beings thrive on. You know? But equally, we also need that commitment. We need that commitment, not just for those external things, not just for those dreams that we have, those goals that we want to achieve. We have that commitment to each other, you know, in our relationships, in any endeavor, in any, you know, whatever it is that any undertaking that we choose to do, we have that commitment. But above all else, as I say, that having that commitment, having certain commitments for some people can be quite a daunting, experience. But that is simply because of their mindset, the way that they are thinking. So we're kind of going around in a bit of a loop, aren't we?
That vicious cycle, isn't it?
Yeah. So it is very much about focusing our thoughts on the positive, actually believing in ourselves that we really do have that ability, those capabilities. And we really can be successful in whatever we decide that we want to do. Whether it's our intimate relationships, whether it's our businesses, whether it's climbing Ben Nevis or taking part in the Tour de France, or bringing up that young human being and looking after it.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally agree. Now, we obviously know people that are climbing mountains, like Dan Hardsman, I think that's his name. I don't know. Apologies if I get that wrong. Obviously, Kerry interviewed him a while back because he climbed a couple of mountains. Wow. Do you remember what they were called, Kerry? Please remind me. Or even tag him into this video. Whatever. But yeah, he climbed a couple of mountains. So yeah, we'll be bringing him back on at some point. Yeah. There's a lot. Yeah. I hate Christmas. I cannot stand it. And obviously I've got that for personal reasons. But I thought, you know what? Christmas is all about happiness, and Kerry loves it. So I thought, you know what? She's been down. Let's just give in to her. And yeah, we watched a Christmas film the other night.
Yeah. It's about allowing yourself to acknowledge and embrace those good feelings that surround that particular time. I mean, we're not going to go into it right here. Your experiences of previous Christmases, or a previous Christmas, however many years ago, anybody's experience, if they've had a negative experience with a certain specific event, that's going to stick with them. Yeah, that's going to stay with them. And because essentially it's all about programming the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind will remember everything. And whenever there are certain similar events that come up in the future, instantly your unconscious mind is going to throw at you the memories from that potentially one or however many not so great experiences of that particular event in the past. And it's not just reminding you of what happened. It's reminding you of the feelings that are attached to that specific event. Okay. But here's the thing. What many people tend to not realize, accept, whatever you want to call it, is that, no two significant events, whether they have the same name or not, are identical. Those experiences will be different for each one. Yeah. So I'm going to say to you, Adam, that what's important for you now probably is to recall the happier memories of Christmas, probably more recent ones for you with Kerry and the kids, and anchor those. And if you're struggling with it, let me know. I can take you through a technique that will help you to eliminate those negative feelings that surround that particular event.
See, my belief is Christmas is all about happiness, coming together, family, stuff like that. Now, obviously, the reason I hate Christmas is because, fair enough, I've got 2 kids here, but I've not got my 3rd. And ever since then, I hate Christmas.
Okay.
That's believe in that. So obviously, yeah.
Okay. So you've got 2 of your 3 children with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whilst I get it, you'd love to have all 3 of them with you.
Yeah.
It's just not possible at the moment.
No.
So your focus then, I would suggest, will be Kerry and the 2 that you have with you.
Yeah, of course.
There's absolutely no reason whatsoever why Christmas cannot be a happy and positive event for the 4 of you. That doesn't mean to say that you're going to forget about the child that's not with you, that can't be with you at the moment. No. But if you're, see, we're working with the universe again here. This is my belief. It's quite a widespread belief, but this is my personal belief. And please forgive me, because I've never been in your situation, so I can't fully appreciate how you feel and what it's like for that. Is to gratitude. I keep coming back to gratitude. Every time I speak to people, I'm coming back to gratitude. It's about being grateful for who we're with at any given time, and for what we're doing at any given time. And we can also be grateful for the fact that despite, there are going to be loved ones that aren't able to be with us, whether they're still here on this planet or whether they've since passed. We are grateful that they are a part of us. We can be grateful that wherever they are, and if we know that they're being looked after, being taken care of, and having, as long as they've got a roof over their heads, they've got food on the table, and they're not being really badly treated, as long as they're loved, and they're loved by us, wherever they are, they're loved by us.
See,
and by doing that, it frees us from those negative thoughts, from the negative feelings. It doesn't mean to say that we won't, that we don't remember them at specific times like that, or at any times, to be honest. But what it does mean is it frees us up from those negative feelings and thoughts, so that we can be happy and enjoy the time that we're spending with those that we do have around us.
Yeah.
That might sound strange to a lot of people. I totally agree with what Kerry's just said. Having fun and making memories with Lucas and Tegan doesn't mean that you're forgetting about Katie.
See, I don't, because obviously I know Kate is being badly treated where she is, because she is, and because I've been told. But every time I disappear during the day on Christmas Day, for about 15-20 minutes, Kerry and the kids know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that is, I do a Facebook Live every single year, Christmas Day. Do that, and they know that, and they're fully supportive, and I thank them for that. But then as soon as I'm finished, obviously I have a little tear, and then I go back down and go back to reality in the woods in somewhere. So there you go. So I am grateful.
Yes, the thing is, you have the choice as to whether you look upon Christmas as a wonderful opportunity to spend such, a lovely have lovely times with your loved ones, the ones that are there with you.
Yeah.
Or you can spend the day really not feeling overly happy about the whole thing because there's one person who's missing, and I don't mean that.
No, I know.
So you have that choice. We all have that choice. For many years, I didn't particularly like Christmas. I wasn't that bothered about it, to be honest. If I'm completely honest now, it's not something that I will get really, really excited about. But I'm not unhappy. That's the thing. I'm really not unhappy. I've been very fortunate that even though I live alone, other than my dogs, I've always been invited to spend the day or part of the day with really great friends. And it's always been amazing. I've always had the best time.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though, equally, I would have been perfectly happy stopping here at home with the dogs, just watching Christmas movies all day, because I do love a good Christmas movie. I even like some of the crap ones, but, now I've let my secret out now. Don't tell anyone.
Hey, it's out. It's all public now. Come on, too late.
Yeah. But, it is, this is what I'm saying. It's choosing, it's having that choice. We all have that choice to decide whether we're going to spend the day feeling sorry for ourselves or feeling a bit pissed off, or whether we're actually going to say to ourselves, okay, what does this actually make possible? What can I do? What that will actually make the day a really great day for me?
Is that you, Sharon? Is that you, Sharon, commenting underneath Kerry? Because you're both using the Mental Health Warriors page. Come on. Please identify yourself. Come on, stop confusing me. I'm an old man here.
But again, you see, with making those choices, it's making a commitment to ourselves. We're choosing to be happy. And happiness comes from within. So we're making that choice to be happy rather than making that choice to be down, to be low, to feel unhappy, to feel miserable, depressed, whatever you want to call it. And believe me, I have been there, So.
You know what you've actually done there, don't you?
What's that?
You've actually linked commitment and gratitude together.
Well, because it is gratitude. It's a positivity loop, and it covers everything, absolutely everything.
Yeah. And with commitment and gratitude, you turn it into, instead of actually turning it into a mistake, you turn it into an opportunity.
Definitely. But hey, you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with mistakes.
No.
Because they are learning. Everything is a learning experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I look at choices that I've made in the past and the subsequent events of those choices and the outcomes of those choices.
Yeah.
And I've made choices that weren't the greatest.
It was.
Exactly. But we learn from those experiences.
Yes.
And I can be grateful for those experiences because, for the most part, they've brought me here to where I am now, to the kind of person that I am now. And, as I say, I can be very grateful for that, because I think without those experiences, I wouldn't be able to help as many people as I do. And that's my commitment.
Exactly.
That's my commitment to others is to help them as positively as I possibly can. But I'm merely there to guide and facilitate. It's down to the individual to do the actual work to make those decisions for themselves.
Yeah, so what we do at the Mental Health Warriors, guys, for everyone that's new to this, is we help, we support the best we can, but we don't do the work for you. The best thing to do is you take that first step first. And then from them, we're all here.
Absolutely. It's much like anybody that's starting a new business, for example. And they go out and they get all the training, they read the books, they get the knowledge, whether it's to do with, I don't know, social media or, anything to do with their marketing and the sales and everything else, any aspect of the business. They can go out and do all of that. Okay. Now that is a really good degree of commitment.
Yeah.
However, if they then sit back and do nothing will happen.
See, yeah, I see your point, because I remember March 2019. Actually, no, it wasn't March. It was, the end of March, start of April. I was literally just sat there and I was playing my phone, doing nothing. And I was looking at my kids and they looked bored. They look like they wanted to do something, wanted to go out. It was a beautiful day outside and we was all just sat inside doing nothing. I thought, right, we need to do something about this. So we went out. National Autistic Autism Month. We went out and we started walking. So I gave myself a reality check and said, get off your ass and do something. So that's what I did.
Excellent. Yeah. But it is having that commitment to ourselves.
That's why I got a tattoo. That's why I got a tattoo on my neck.
Yeah. It's the most important thing is committing to ourselves. Yeah. To, like you've just said, getting up and going out for a walk.
Yeah.
Eating more healthily. Regular exercise. Our own personal development, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
Yep, exactly.
But it all comes down to the very fact that we have choices.
Yeah.
And we are responsible for what happens to us.
Yep.
For the most part.
Absolutely. Totally agree. I think that's covered it all, hasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. All I'll say is that, anybody that's watching this on the replay later, if you've got any questions about anything that perhaps we haven't covered, might have missed something, can't think that we have, just pop a comment on the thread and on the post and we'll have a look at it later.
Yes, absolutely. Now, all I've got to say is thank you for doing this. Even though you gave me not even 3 hours notice.
Sometimes the best conversations come from having no notice whatsoever.
That's true. I totally agree. Now, all I've got to say is my cat's given me the dirtiest look from the window, so I best let her in shortly. But yeah, obviously this ain't the only podcast today. We've got 2 more today, so we're very busy. 1 o'clock, Kerry, not you, the other Kerry, Warrior Queen's back. She's coming on after she did an amazing live last night. 1 p.m. with our spiritual warrior, Victoria Tippett.
Ooh,
and then at 8 p.m.
Watch that one, I think.
Yeah, then at 8 p.m. we have got Victoria coming back on, but this time as a co-host with me to interview the Wings for Success person, Karina Stringer. So, yes, that's at 8 p.m. tonight. So, yeah, you'll probably be in bed, Kerry. Oh, well.
Who knows?
Or on Zoom.
Anything? No, I'm attempting to avoid Zoom in the evenings as much as I can at the moment. It's when you're on Zoom most of the day, like what I am. It's important, again, commitment to self, to look after self, to give self that time and space away from the screen, just to relax and wind down at the end of the day. And and that helps to promote good health, physical as well as mental.
Yeah, because that's what mental health is. It's health.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. So, yeah, please share this if you've resonated with this. And like we said, if you want to be a guest, share your story, because we all have one. So don't deny it. We all do. Pop on. Come and have one, because we're always looking for guests. And if you support what we do, please consider contributing to our good cause, which the email is going across. So, yeah. We'll see you again at 1:00. Cheerio.